Tony Momberger with the Redlands Daily Facts. I'm here with Cheryl Evans of Evans & Company on 6th Street in downtown Redlands. And we're going to demonstrate some different ways to do a beehive on my hair for the August 2nd beehive contest at the Redlands Bowl. Here we go.
Okay, so we're starting Tony's beehive. The first version that we're going to do is going to be based on a French twist. And the sectioning and the prepping of the hair is going to be really important. Tony wears a side part and we're going to work from the side part, and her first section is a triangle right here which will create her swooped bang. This is the other side of that part, and then I have left two sections on the side that we will pull back into the back at the end. The next section actually is going to be the top, and this is going to be the top part that's going to create the big poof. And I'm doing a very even stroke on the hair that's already been prepped with the texture. Wow. So as I work out the strand, it actually creates a totally textured hair. And this is how hair was done in the beehive era of the 60s.
Look at the way it's rigid. When you let go, it's...
Wow. It just stays, yes. All right, so we are...
And I have very heavy hair.
Extremely heavy, extremely... Yes. The finer hair, you have rather coarse hair. Finer hair is actually going to require more teasing. And if you are feeling like, if you're not getting this type of an effect when you do the teasing, then I recommend what I'm going to show right now, which is using a working hairspray. All right, this one is Evans & Co. Play and Hold. At this point, we do not want a soft hairspray. We want something that is fairly, we do not want a stiff hairspray. We want something that will allow us to smooth the hair out. All right, now, an alternative in terms of a tool to use to create that texture is a brush like this. This is a dime store brush. Dime store. Okay, this is a Save-On brush. Excuse me. Dime store would be from the 60s, right, Tony?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing, the same back brushing, and part of the technique in doing the back brushing is, can you feel, I'm pulling your hair pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay, that creates the tension. So we have the teasing is completed, the lacing of this section in the back, and it's even all the way through. And at this point, we are going to start to wrap the shape in.
Okay, now I want to get some stuff on camera that you mentioned. You've been doing this since people wore these daily.
Yes, absolutely.
And you say that people... It can last 2 weeks.
Yes.
Get this done.
You know, there were probably two genres of people who wore beehive hairstyles. There were the people who had them done every week in a salon, wrapped them in toilet paper, and they lasted, if you were good, skilled in my profession, 1 to 2 weeks. And then, of course, there were the teenagers, sort of the beehive show group, who did it on each other. And they, you know, same as kids do today, they color their hair blue and pink and, you know, then come to us to get it fixed. Well, it's the same thing they did. So that's, yes. So anyway, that's what. So we have a very textured amount of hair here that we are going to create a French twist, which will be the base for our beehive. And if the French twist is too, if we let it fall down here, it won't create that poof. So we're going to take, and again, these ends, they don't need to be curled. We can just tuck those ends right inside that French twist. And now then I'm going to use my bobby. The decision of the person who's creating the hairstyle, how you want to create this top. I'm going to tuck Tony's hair in and create a big curl with her hair. And then I'm just going to pin that big curl.
Wow!
To layer it on, and then got one more piece here. Wow. Okay, so there's that side, and then we're going to do the same thing on her light side.
Now for styling, false eyelashes, heavy eyeshadow,
and black wing eyeliner.
Okay.
I would say would definitely be the look that we would want to do.
probably
with
a frosty pink,
frosty, right? Right.
go-go boots.
Yes, absolutely.
I have those in many colors, so I'm set there.
Ah.
And some kind of like a short dress, maybe.
Actually,
beehive. If I were to leave this,
if you were to leave this in, how long would it last?
Yeah.
Well, depending on, I mean, if it were created to last, it would last a long time. And you literally could wrap your hair with toilet paper.
so if somebody wanted to get her hair done
On Thursday?
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, absolutely. It's, you just have to sleep softly.
Okay.
All right. So,
Oh, look at that.
all right, we have Tony, and we are going to create a traditional wraparound beehive, because of course the musical is Beehive. Hairspray, I'm sorry. Hair with the Beehive hairdos, okay? And we've used lots of hairspray too, so we're still good. Okay.
We certainly have.
Yes, we have. Okay, so what I did with Tony's, her hair had been teased. We had used the Wool Shake product and created lots of texture in her hair. And then I took my smoothing brush, and one of the things that's going to be important with this is that we get that ponytail positioned in the right place. There is a fun sort of look that we're seeing pretty frequently in modern hair, which is using a foundation in the, they used to call them rats years ago. And because Tony has so much hair, I actually even thought that two of them could work. And what that does is that creates a lot of tonus. So if you have very long hair, this would be an excellent way to create a lot of foundation so that you don't have to worry about the hair collapsing, which is a problem with, I mean, Tony's hair is below the bottom of the chair. So at that point, we are going to wrap the hair around the foundation and create a beehive that will be solid, that literally will last until
And that
the
was-
boot.
It's so easy.
Yeah, super easy.
Right.
Now, with someone with less hair, can you see that from the front? So that is basically not pinned in, just taking that hair with the two foundations. It could be done with one. It just isn't going to give us as much of a base. And because Tony has so much hair, the two work really well. But we can actually, and these are available, we have them in the salon, or they're available in the Save-On or somewhere like that, or Target for like $3 or so.
But if somebody had shorter hair and still wanted to do this, they could, right?
Yes,
You could put
absolutely.
fake hair.
Yes, and you can actually, see, you can widen it out. We would use our pins and just create the hairpins to create the hold around the edges. and just smooth it out. So that would be very quick, and if we wanted to be camping, we could take some of these hairs and make those silly little curls that they wore in the 60s, and that would be fun.
Now suppose I had bangs.
If you had bangs, that would be fabulous. And what I would suggest if you had bangs would be to take a curling iron and, you know, shorter bangs, probably not a side swept bang would work as well, but you could actually turn that under and make a nice smooth above the brow line bangs, and that would be fabulous. That would be a great look as well. All right, so there's a couple of options. Now, again, where Tony has lots of hair, everyone doesn't have as much length or as much thickness to the hair, but extensions could be added, and you know, purchasing clip-in extensions maybe in the $100 range, but some people have them. They don't even have to match color-wise. They could easily be attached inside and then put the ponytail in, and if it's blonde blended in with Tony's hair or pink or whatever, that could make it very fun. Very, very fun.
What if I had an A-line bob?
If you had an A-line bob, and it's interesting because an A-line bob is a very popular hairstyle right now, I would tease that baby till it was huge.
You could do a beehive with that.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to use 3 sections. Tony's hair has been textured. We may actually add some additional teasing to it, but we aren't going to need a lot. And I'm just going to take that ponytail and I'm going to separate it into 3 sections. And we will be wrapping. I'm going to take, let's put these out of the way so we can keep track of what we're doing. We'll take a second one. And we're going to start with the first section. And I'm going to start my beehive. Add just enough texture in the back brushing. And I'm going to work with the mirror because my whole goal when I'm finished is to make it as big and wrapped as I can. So if you can see, I'm taking her hair and I want to maximize the amount of hair that she has. So I'm using my comb, smoothing that out. And then I'm going to take a bobby pin because it will hold her hair more solidly. And again. Okay, let's do one more here. So again, I'm just going to pin that bobby pin right in like that, and that's pretty secure. These 2 sections I'm keeping out of the way.
Now, can a person give herself a beehive?
Sure, sure. This would actually be pretty easy to do on yourself because you have the foundation of the ponytail. I actually split that 3 sections, and we may end up using 4 because you have so much hair. I'm going to put a little bit of that combing underneath. So my second section is going to wrap over my first section. And those ends are going to tuck, secured with a bobby pin or fastener.
So do you want to turn them up or do you want to let them? So I don't like them.
I like this. I might start wearing it.
You could do this at home. This is really pretty. This is a